Hi there YouTube. Today I have some really interesting things to show because I'm excited. It's very early spring this year and this means the breeding season is about to start. And what you're looking at here is my box of Overwintering Cocoons. And I have some really exciting projects and some really cool species for this year to breed. Now all these cocoons you're looking at right now are overwintering and they will emerge if I warm them up. But currently I've kept them cold in my basement, which is actually too cold for most of them to emerge, although we had a quite warm winter, which caused some of the species to emerge too early. I'll show them. Here are some of the emergences. Well, they are spring species, as you can see. Some saturnids and a sphinxid. I'll show you them briefly. This is a typical European hawk moth. It's Mimas styliae, also known as the lime hawk moth in English. Well, it's just easy to breed. It feeds on lime tree and among others. So it just has this quite nice camouflage colors on it. Green and brown. Well, and here's the second one. It's actually a female of a small European saturnid moth. I'll show it. It's known as the Tau Emperor, Aglia Tau. It's a female by the looks of things. And well, look at these beautiful eye spots, very bright and blue. It's quite a remarkable species, though it's very common in some parts of Europe. It's not very common where I live, but it does occur in my country, so I'll put that one right here. It's about the same size as the hawk moth, maybe a little bit bigger, but it's one of the smaller species of saturnid. And here we have one female. And let's see, it's a Saturnia, an emperor moth. Let's see, her hind wing, I have to check if it's Pavonia or Pavoniella. This looks like a Saturnia pavoniella. It's a species from Mediterranean Europe, so it flies around the Mediterranean Sea. Like, it's a decently sized female. It's well normal size. Her wings are kind of weird, a little bit crumpled. She's not a perfect one, but yeah, maybe still good for breeding. So I'll put you here. So as you can see, it's a little bit too early for these species to be emerging right now. I don't have host plant for most of them, so I'll try and get a few pairings, or maybe preserve a few for collection, I don't know. Look at that. Beautiful colors. Well, as you can see, here's the rest of my cocoons and pupa. And as you can see, it's just a lot of them. And all of this, most of it I personally raised myself from egg to cocoon, but not all of it. Some cocoons I bought from other people. I'll show you some really exciting things for this year. Well, these are just common Luna moths from North America, Actias luna. So, but I do have some very special species in here, like this one. It's an oddly shaped cocoon. It's a saturnid from China. And it exclusively feeds on vines, on grapevine and others. It's Lopa oberturi. Now, and this is one I'm really proud of. It's the Spanish moon moth, Graelsia isabella. And it's an endemic species in Europe. It's quite rare, actually, very hard to get. So I'm hoping that these will emerge soon. This spring, and I hope to make a lot of pictures and videos. Oh. And We also have some butterflies. Here's a butterfly. It's an old world swallowtail, but not the usual one. It's actually a subspecies from Japan, Papiliomagalon hippocrates. And this subspecies hippocrates is differently colored and quite dark in size, in color, sorry. So it looks like it's ready to emerge, so I think I'm gonna keep this one warm inside my home and make it emerge safely. Well, other than, look, there's just a lot of these Gaelsia cocoons in here. I actually have about 18 of these Gaelsia cocoons and they were very expensive. So when I warm them up later this year, I really hope they are healthy and I will be able to breed them. Here on the bottom, some Hawk Moths. This is a pupa of the oak Hawk Moth, Marumba quercus. Well, some other small saturnids. This is the Calosamia promethea from America. Well, in the corner just a lot of Hawk Moths. Here's some Sphinx. And, well, let's see what else we have in here. Well, as you can see, these very small pupa, they are actually hawk moths as well. They are very small species of hawk moth, like Proserpinus and Hemaris. That means glasswing hawk moths. And others. Let's dig in here and see what we have. Oh, and this is also an interesting one. It's Agliatau, one of the species I've already shown. Well, it's just a lot of it. I hope all of this emerges healthy. Well, we also have, of course, these larger cocoons. Another Luna moth. Another Luna moth. This is actually a cocoon of the great emperor moth, Saturnia peri. And I also reared a load of those, so they will be emerging too this year. Well, I think that's most of it. I can show more cocoons. Like this one, another Saturnia. There's just too many in here to remember. Even at the bottom you can see very small butterflies. This is a papilio from Asia, Sericinus montella. So yeah, I'll be busy this year. I'm also about to receive some very unique species from Brazil and South America. And some very rare Saturnia species like Saturnia cephalaria. A very rare species from the mountains of Kazakhstan. And some Brazilian ones like Ciceronia leocone. Yep, it's going to be an exciting year.